The reservation was established, and this area here is all Badlands. And so when the white man said this will be your reservation, little did they know those Badlands would now have oil and gas. Some of the biggest oil and gas reserves are in our Badlands. So those Badlands were coined because they're nothing but gully, gumbo, and clay, and grass won't grow. And horses can't eat, or cattle or buffalo can't hardly eat, only maybe, some deer or some mountain lions. But there's huge oil and gas reserves under those Badlands now. So the Creator has a way of making things, the old saying, it's what goes around comes around. And so we had a bad time, 1948, but we've come back around. In 1983, we were left without, but here we are in 2013 with 800 oil wells. And now the USGS report just said, oh, not only do you have 4 billion barrels, now it's at 11 billion recoverable barrels. So that really doubled our play. So we have an exciting time, a challenge every day, but what a blessing the Creator has given us to now develop this resource responsibly for not only today, but for future generations yet to come. That was the other thing when I arrived in 2010, or should I say I was sent here on a ticket by the people to manage not only the oil and gas, but manage the money so it could be set aside for the future. So we created 2 trust funds. One fund, it's the Nachbag Eteuudza, or in Hidatsa language, it's called the People's Fund. There is now 100 million in a People's Fund, and it'll continue to grow. And then we have a tribal trust fund of 50 million. So we have 2 trust funds. The tribe will use that trust fund to develop, and the other one will be for the people, for scholarships. That way we will not have to depend on the federal government to give us scholarships that maybe we're lucky if we get $1,800 on our Bureau of Indian Affairs scholarship money, and that's what all tribes get. Because of the treaty, the government said as long as the grass grows and the wind blows, we'll take care of your health, education, and welfare. So we get $1,800 per student. And so that's going to be very difficult to really get a lot of successful degrees. So, but now with this kind of 100 million, and it will grow. It will continue to put a percentage of that into the People's Fund, and it'll be over $1 billion probably in 5 years or less. That way, any enrolled member, any young person can go to Yale, can go to Stanford, can go to any college, any university they want to, MIT, any place they want to go, and have the quality of education that a lot of Americans enjoy and Indian kids don't. But it also gives us the ability to start connecting with other tribes. And so we've started 4th, again, intertribal trade. This is nothing new, so this is no credit to me at all. Our ancestors and forebears, Mato Dopish, had the greatest network at Knife River. So these trade networks have been for thousands of years old, actually. And so we're just reopening them. And I continue to see where the Pine Ridges, the Sisseton Wapanins, or the Colvilles, or the Spokane tribes, other tribes that want to, the Seminole, they want to get the trade network going again. So we have our refinery, and a lot of them want to buy our fuel, and or propane. I mean, Pine Ridge, for example, there's 40,000 Lakota, and they have 80% unemployment, 40% poverty. It's one of the poorest counties, Shannon County, where Pine Ridge headquarters is, the poorest county in the United States. And there's no jobs, no future, and long winters, and can make fuel supplies cut short. And so I said, President Brian Brewer, what do you have? And I'm going to be able to make and manufacture propane, and we will sell you at a very good price, so your dollars stretch more. And he said, I got buffalo. And I said, how many do you have? And he said, I have about 500 head. And I said, can you carry more? And he said, I can carry a couple thousand. I have a 4 million acre reservation, but I don't have the money to develop this. So our tribe, MHA Nation, could lead a financing initiative. So President Brewer can borrow from this financing vehicle for intertribal trade, fill up his pastures, so he has 2,000, sell buffalo meat to forebears, sell buffalo meat to any other supermarket that wants high quality, natural, chemical-free buffalo. And we think this product can go into every menu, every cafe in the United States. I mean, the buffalo, the sacred one, Mideadagish is how we say it. The Lakota call him Tatanka. But the grandfather has blessed us with food, clothing, and shelter for thousands of years. He's only here in the United States. He did not go away, even though Buffalo Bill and all those tried to make him go away. He did not go away, and he's coming back, and tribes like Pine Ridge have the large 4 million acre reservation. It's the second largest reservation in the United States next to Navajo. Can through financing, because I don't know why banks won't lend them the money. You know, I suppose because it's trust land. You can't mortgage trust land. But we as another tribal nation could. So that's what intertribal trade is attempting to do. So each of the tribes will be able to list their products. If it's buffalo, if it's propane, gasoline, or diesel, trash bags and Sisseton, if it's potatoes in Fort Hall, Idaho, if it's horses in Nez Perce, whatever it is that you want to buy or trade, we would be able to list it, and then we'd be able to just start doing intertribal commerce and develop it just like our ancestors did, just like they did those hundreds of years ago. I believe in that the oil and gas development with the world-class Bakken formation, if it's managed right, and that's what we, you know, with God's will and God's help, it will make our tribe self-sufficient again, like we were before the Garrison Dam. This same approach, you know, can help America be energy independent. Develop what we have here. Buy from an Indian tribe or tribes that are developing it. We are attempting to do that so we can be self-sufficient and independent from the federal government. The United States can do that so it's not dependent on foreign oil. That should be the lesson that we've all learned as Americans, that you cannot depend on foreign oil, because somebody will take over that country, or that country will not like Americans, and we will pay that price if we don't have our reserves developed here. So we should never forget that.